Yisrael, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here.
I'd like to begin, if I may, with something my esteemed colleagues before brought up, which is the news today that the UK, France and Canada have threatened Israel with sanctions, not only to do with the situation in Gaza, but they yet again brought in the par for course statement about West Bank building. I wondered if I could ask straight away for your response to that.
So I think you meant for Judea and Samaria, what they call West Bank. We call Judea and Samaria. And
That was their phrasings.
Yeah.
Let me clarify.
Before I have to answer what should we do with their announcement, we have to ask ourselves what was the problem with us. And the problem for me is Judea and Samaria, we as a state, we didn't make the decision for years about Judea and Samaria. Now, for me, it's very clear. If it will be a Palestine state in the center of in Israel, it will be the highest risk for our state. It's about survival. If Gaza will be just over the fence of Kfar Saba or Netanya or Modi'in, it will be the highest risk for the state of Israel. And the answer for the process that they do right now, French, Germany, UK, for me, Israel must announce that we apply the Israeli law over the area, and it will prevent their movement. And at the same step, we have to break apart the Palestinian Authority army. And I mean army, not police. You have to understand. Today we have 45,000 Palestinian soldiers over our borders, much more they had in Gaza before. And in one order, they can attack all over the state of Israel. And we do nothing exactly like happened in Gaza before October 7th. So in my eyes, in our vision, we have to apply the Israel law. We have to control security in this area and let them live in counties exactly like here in the United States. They will vote for their counties, but we must keep our security. We are not allowed to give October 7th to happen again.
Absolutely. For those who are unaware of sort of the geography, everybody knows the lines on the map, but there are areas where Kfar Saba, for example, in central Israel is a couple of miles from Kalkilia. I myself I can walk to Bethlehem from my house in southern Jerusalem. So, and it's not like there are walls the whole way around. There's no border. How can we strengthen Israel's security in this region, especially obviously while our sons and daughters are busy fighting in Gaza?
So I think we have to learn from President Trump. He has in my eyes, what I saw, he has some principles. First of all, there is nothing impossible. Even things that for years say, it's impossible, everything possible. You have to recheck everything from the beginning. And second, every risk has an opportunity. And what happened in Iran? He saw that Iran is the highest risk for Israel in the United States, but at the same time, it's the highest risk for Saudi Arabia and Emirates. He say, hey, let's leave Iran and let's stop talk about the Arab world and let's separate for countries that we can build a belt together with the Western world, and we can isolate Iran and the terrorists. We have to make exactly the same in Judea and Samaria. Look, for Judea and Samaria, for Saudi Arabia, they're dealing about the people there. We are not allowed to talk about the land, because if we will not be there, we will be attacked. So we have to control the land. As the other hand, we have to take care about the populations there. They are living there, and we have to take care about them. Now, the situation right now that Saudi Arabia and Emirates, even Jordan, what is the highest risk for Jordan? The Palestinian refugees in Jordan. They really afraid from revolution in Jordan. So all the Arab world understand that they support Hamas, and 86% of the Arabs in Judea and Samaria supported Hamas massacre on October 8th, 9th, like 3 days after it happened. So we have to say like that. First of all, no terror, no Hamas, no jihad. We must cleanse the area, that's first. Second, we have to apply the Israel law. Third, we have, for me, to encourage them, if anyone want the Trump plan for immigration, if anyone want, we have to encourage them to do it. And the last, we have to build counties, we have to develop industrial zone for them, we have to build them a health system, economic system, and in that way, we will be there, but in our responsibility and in our control. There is no different way.
And finally, just to finish off, you mentioned before the Palestinian Authority. I'd like to ask you, in your honest opinion, is there any possibility where Israel and the Palestinian Authority can work together and agree and come to some sort of an agreement that can work for the future of both peoples?
So I have read from your question, and I will explain why. It can be. But what we learned from October 7th, we are not allowed to let someone else to protect about ourselves. It can work, but it can be a turning point that he will change his mind, and at that time we'll be very weak and very surprised, and October 7th happened. We're not allowed to let our enemies to stay near our borders. Now, Palestinian authorities, you are talking about, they sponsor terrorists on monthly basis. They educate for terrorism books. They took us for Hag in trying to destroy our country. They marching from the river to the sea, which means Tel Aviv and Yafo and Hadera. It's from the river to the sea. We have to hear what they say. So in my eyes, this is the highest risk. Exactly like we said, look, they have Hamas in Gaza. They have their own interest. We can deal with them. It was right, till they decided to attack. Here is exactly the same. Today, Palestinian Authority is the highest risk for the state of Israel. Because if they will decide, Israel will decide, Modi'in will be Sderot, and Chas v'Shalom, Kfar Saba could be Be'eri. So the answer is 100%, we are not allowed to trust them.
It's very powerful stuff. Yisrael Ganz, thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you.